If you show your calendar like this to a Japanese person and ask when is the best time to travel to Japan, many will likely answer the late March to late April and September to November. But, well, this might be incorrect for you. So in this video, I will tell you your best time to travel to Japan. Alright, so of course there is a reason I said traveling to Japan, March or September might be wrong at the beginning. So please imagine you are a tourist who want to travel to Japan to see cherry blossoms in Japan. Well, in that case, March could be your best season to visit, but of course, September to November are not the best season for you. So what I want to say is the best time to visit Japan really depends on what you value when you travel to Japan. So from now on, we introduce the best season to visit Japan based on popular factors many foreign tourists like you consider, such as the cheapest season, the off-season, the comfortable temperature for sightseeing. Let's start the best season for people who want to do budget travel in Japan. If you'd like to travel to Japan as cheaply as possible, it's the best time to come to Japan in January, February, or June and July, when the accommodations and activities are relatively inexpensive. But from the end of January up to February, it's said to be less expensive to travel within Japan. But please take note, this applies to all the weeks during this period except for the Chinese New Year time. Well, this is because Japanese tourism get busy before and after the New Year, and January and February tend to have a low vibe with cold weather. If you are fine with carrying your winter clothes, you might consider this limited budget season. Well, similarly, June and July are the rainy season in Japan. So many Japanese tourists, including me, tend to refrain from traveling. But in fact, if you look at the monthly cost of hotels on booking.com, it tends to be cheaper around February and June than other months. It was a little surprised that September was cheap, to be honest, but if you want to travel to Japan as cheaply as possible on a limited budget, this period would be the best season for you. If you want to travel to Japan without being crowded, because now so many tourists come to Japan and every tourist spot are so crowded, I recommend picking these 3 pockets of time. Alright, so the first one is early April. The Japanese school calendar and many office calendars start in April. Kids are in school and workers are busy with their fresh new year, which means foreign tourists get to enjoy the tourist spots. Also, this time is comfortable for traveling in terms of temperature, so there seems to be a slightly higher number of tourists from abroad. In fact, the month with the second most foreign tourists visiting Japan in 2019 was April. Alright, the second one is second week of May. The last week of April and the first week of May is called Golden Week in Japan, where we have multiple national holidays and it's peak season for local tourists. But however, once the Golden Week is over in the second week of May, all the local tourists go back to their school and work, and the city becomes less crowded. Well, by the way, this is what Shibuya looks like during Golden Week. Please compare it with the one I took in February. Although it's almost the same time, which is around 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, the difference is clear. Alright, the third one is June, the rainy season. If you are fine with carrying your rain gear, you might pick the month of June, which many tourists avoid due to its rainy season. Well, normally the Japanese rainy season is a long-lasting shower style for multiple days and weeks. This would not be great for hiking or outdoor activities, but if you are aiming for more indoor activities in Japan, this might be a nice chance. If your travel agenda has multiple outdoor activities or those who want to sightsee at a comfortable temperature, you should visit Japan. One of the months I'm gonna introduce. Alright, so the first one is May. Well, some days can still be a bit chilly, but relatively mild weather is great with limited rain. The average temperature in Tokyo is about a minimum of 15 degrees and a maximum of 23 degrees, something like that, making it really comfortable. And second one is October. Well, great month to explore, but especially in nature. When it's no longer super hot, the summer is already gone, with less risk of typhoon that hit the island during the summer. The average temperature in Tokyo is about minimum of 15 degrees and maximum of 22 degrees. It's almost the same as May. If you pick either of these months, you can pack lightly, which makes your travel planning easier. But please make sure to come with one pullover or jacket in case for the chilly evenings. Well, in the number of foreign visitors to Japan that I introduced earlier, but many foreigners are coming to Japan for travel in July and August. Well, this time is the summer vacation in Japan and it's the most crowded time when Japanese people travel. And the summer is very hot. If I had to pick just one time not to come to Japan, I would say July and August. So if you want to have a comfortable trip in Japan, you should definitely avoid July and August and consider around May or October. Well, even though I just said I didn't recommend you visit Japan between July and August, if you want to feel the Japanese traditional festivals vibe, your trip should be planned during the summer, between July and August. Well, it's because various important festivals are planned during these 2 months, which take place in different parts of Japan. Also, during this period, a large number of festivals and fireworks displays are held, while making it the best time for those who want to experience Japanese culture. Well, this is the August in my hometown. They have firework festivals around this time and many tourists enjoy watching it. Well, please take note, especially for the small rural town, the festival season can be overwhelmingly crowded. If there is a specific one that you want to visit, you should book your accommodation and logistics in advance to make sure you get to enjoy it. Otherwise, there will be so many small local festivals in local towns, so it might be interesting to see what's available during your stay. If you want to see the beautiful cherry blossom, the best time for you to come to Japan is March to April. But especially in Tokyo, the key is to be very flexible with your itinerary. As the cherry blossom is super sensitive to the weather, you can check the latest information and weather online and make sure you don't miss the week, as it normally finishes within a week or so once the rain falls. But ultimately, you can also be flexible with the places you want to visit. As the spring starts earlier in the southern area of Japan, it takes some time to reach northern area. So if you miss the chance in Tokyo, just go to the north. If you want to enjoy the beautiful Japanese scenery, you should plan your Japan trip between the months of October till early December, when all the leaves are turning red, orange and yellow. If you like walking in nature, you should definitely pick this season, which is easier to plan compared to the super short cherry blossom season. Well, however, this is one of the most crowded seasons that attracts many local and foreign tourists, so you need to be very prepared for a bit crowded everywhere you go. Well, as I said, most Japanese people believe that the best time to visit Japan is in spring and autumn. It's mainly due to the comfortable temperature, but cherry blossoms in spring and autumn leaves in fall. So if seeing cherry blossoms and autumn leaves, beautiful Japanese scenery is important to you, you could say the advice of many Japanese people is correct. If you are a hiker and want to hike Mount Fuji, the best season to visit Japan is between July and August, when the mountain is open to hikers. Well, Mount Fuji is the highest mountain in Japan and it attracts so many hikers from around the globe. But it's important to note, it's not accessible throughout the year. It is limited only for the summertime, and the date varies depending on the nature condition, so please check the latest information online. Well, some of you are still not sure the best time to visit for you. Well, I understand that because you want to travel cheaper, but also you want to see cherry blossoms, maybe. If you can't decide the best time to visit Japan, first, decide what the highest priority for you. Well, let's compare each of the elements introduced this time. If you rank them, what you want to value while you are in Japan will be clear. Also, you need to accept the reality that it's impossible to satisfy everything, basically. So if you want to see both cherry blossoms and autumn leaves, you need to visit Japan twice, of course, which is huge welcome for me. Well, I think the best time for everyone will be found by deciding the schedule based on what is most important in your Japan trip. This is just my opinion, but my favorite season to traveling is around October to November. Well, April and May is also good though. Well, this is because one of my greatest pleasure in domestic travel is going to hot springs. You know, during this time, you might be able to go to a hot spring while watching autumn leaves, which is so good. The temperature is getting colder as winter approaches, but however, hot spring becomes more amazing if it's a bit cold. But of course, you can have the best experience even if you come to Japan outside of the best time I introduced this time. But however, since Japan is a country where you can have completely different experiences depending on time, so it's important to research the best tourist spot and activities for the time before you travel, no matter when you come. If you're looking for other Japanese tourist information, please take a look at this video. I hope you find the best time to visit Japan. Please tell us your best time to visit Japan if you have. Have a comfortable trip to Japan. Thank you for watching. See ya!